now. Lewis and Ondrej podcast.
Well, that intro is a lie, because it's not the Lewis and Ondrej podcast. It's now just the Lewis podcast. This is going to be a bit of a weird one. It's only me. Pavel is now gone. He's gone to Norway. He's gone for 4 months. This is so weird. It's literally me. Right, so obviously I've changed the room around quite a bit. Hello, this is still the Lewis and Ondrej podcast. Pavel's missing. He's abandoned us. He's fucked off for 4 months, as we all know. Off to Norway, gallivanting around. So things are going to be a little bit weird for the next, I reckon, 14 episodes, give or take. It's just me, which is concerning because that means I'm in control of everything. I'm in control of the set. I'm in control of the lighting that I've got there, the camera that is now set like directly in front of me, so it feels like I'm like one of those terrorist videos where I've got like a gun to my head and I'm having to play like, please pay the ransom fee, please pay, and send love to my family. It's like one of those, or it's like one of those like casting couch type situations. Yeah. So it's very, very strange. I've also got the laptop there, all the equipment, but it's just me that set them up. And the problem is that normally when we're doing the podcast, I've got Pavel there, so he's taught me everything. He's taught me everything that I need to know. The problem is that my memory's not very good. So if there's ever anything that I forget or I mess up or whatever, he's always there to double check. I'll always say, Pavs, even when he leaves me to set everything up, I'll say, Pavs, can you just have a quick check, make sure that I've got everything right. We don't have that right now, so I hope everything's right. I hope so. Yeah, it's a bit of a strange one. It's a bit weird. I'm gonna be, obviously, it's unusual because it's like I'm having a conversation with myself. I'm like a fucking schizophrenic right now. I've got a conversation with myself, and I've already not done one of the things that I said I was gonna do. So, as you may or may not know, I am particularly poor at keeping track of the time of how long we've been going. So what I've just done there is I've set a 1 hour timer on my phone, because it's on Do Not Disturb as well. So I've set a timer on my phone so that I know where an hour is, and then, you know, it doesn't matter if I go over, obviously, but we like to keep them like an hour. I've got no one to bounce back off. Oh, this is so lonely. This is so strange. I apologise. You're going to have to put up with my monotone voice for a long time now. So you better get used to it. What can I say? The other problem is that, like we said, we normally do an hour, and Pavel does the heavy lifting, as we know, because he lives a more interesting life than me. He's always fucking doing this, that, the other. And to be fair, like, I was driving back from his last night. I'll tell you that story. But I was thinking, because I need to do some shopping today. I've got no food in my house at all. I just had a packet of crisps for breakfast and a beer. It's not even 12 o'clock yet, and I'm drinking beer. I've got work later in a video game. Here's the other problem. When I go to take a drink, there is nobody to fill the space. So when I sip, you're going to have to deal with, like, little pauses in between me waffling on. Just give me a sec. There we go. Hopefully they're not going to be too irritating. I would edit them out, but editing is really annoying. Well, it's annoying, and it's very satisfying. So satisfying when you're done with a project, but editing is quite irritating, and it's quite easy to fuck things up as well. So I'm going to try and keep the edits to a minimum, because again, it's me that's doing it. So if it sounds like I'm waffling, it's because I'm trying to keep it flowing so that I don't have to then do the edits and cut out the bits where I'm just sat here like, what am I going to talk about? Like, I want to keep that to a minimum. I want to keep my workload low. So it's going to sound a little bit like just, what do you call it? Just, there you go. See? right on cue. It's going to sound like I'm just meandering. It's going to sound a lot of waffle, but really it's to just keep the editing sort of to a minimum, which I hope you can appreciate. And I apologise in advance. I apologise in advance to anybody listening to this episode because I really don't know what it's going to be like. I've not got really a plan. I've got a plan for like future episodes. So like the next two, I want to say. I've got something basically in motion, and a few people know what it's going to be. I may as well say what it's going to be. There's no point in keeping it a surprise. I'll explain that up there as well. So I've asked a few people, and feel free to leave comments or message me directly. But I'm basically doing a video where I just pick topics. People send me topics, send me anything. It can be literally anything. It could be food, people, music, actors, anything, doors, windows, whatever. I don't fucking care. It can be literally anything in the world, and I'm gonna say whether they're overrated or underrated or rated, and I'm gonna rant about them because I feel like I'm at my best when I'm ranting or telling a story. Maybe I can tell a story related to whatever the topic is that is suggested to me. But that's kind of my bread and butter, I think, because I don't live the life that Pavel does. I don't go around in crew meeting nutters, essentially. And, climbing mountains. I know that it's frowned upon by some people, Phil, but a lot of people enjoy those types of stories that this Slovak kid just loves adventuring, I suppose. And that's what he's doing now. He's currently in Norway. He would have... I wonder how long he'll have been there for. Well, we'll get into that anyway. So, yeah, so maybe what I'm thinking is I've got to do some shopping. Probably need to fill the car up with some fuel. Go to crew. And you never know, maybe by next week I'll have some crazy interactions. Maybe I'll have met the Christ. Maybe I've met Christ reborn. Maybe I'll have met a serial killer. Who knows? I've also got my phone there, so I always keep notes on my phone. Just little like titles, just to help prompt conversations, because I'm very forgetful about what we're going to talk about. And it's alright when I got Pavs, because Pav can talk. He's just got a million stories. He's got a million things that he's done. So he normally starts, and it leads me to something that I've done or a situation or whatever. But obviously I don't have that now, so I've just got the phone. So this episode was supposed to be kind of like a farewell episode. It was supposed to be me and Pavel, and we were gonna talk our usual shit, and then we say goodbye to Pavel, farewell, and then it was going to be the episode where we kissed, but no, things didn't go quite to plan. So we were supposed to do it on the Monday came, and I was playing golf. I'd already agreed to play golf with Matty, his dad Steve, and our mate Fellini. Hi Phil. But that was timed for, so we were teeing off at 9:48. Pavel was like, "Oh well, I'll come in the morning." And I was like, "No, because I've got to leave at 9:00 in the morning to get to golf." And then, do you really want to get up super early? Like, you've got things to do, whatever. Are you really gonna get up? So he was like, "No." Hold on one sec. I might have to edit those out because I'm taking such long sips. I think I will edit those out from now. So I won't have edited that one, but I will from now on. Apologies. So he said like, "Oh, well, we can do it after." And I was like, "All right, well, we'll finish golf at like probably like 2. Probably have a drink afterwards, maybe a drink or 2. I'll probably get home for like 3. He was like, 3? How long does it take to play golf? He thought it takes like an hour and a half. I was like, no, it's like it's 3 or 4 hours. He was like, what, just playing golf? Like, do you not get bored? Obviously, no, you don't get bored. You're playing golf. The golf is what you're doing. And I know some people find it boring, and I totally understand that. But, like, it's not just... I don't understand how his brain worked. this is the type of thing that I like to argue at him, say, I don't understand how your brain works. But here we are. I'm just double checking that the camera is rolling. It is. I'm pretty sure it's rolling. Yeah, of course it is. 11:53. Ooh. Although that time won't correlate. Blah 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 blah. Anyway, so he was there like, oh well, if I played basketball for 4 hours, I'd get bored. Well, yeah, obviously you'd get bored playing basketball for 4 hours. It's a different type of game. It's a lot more intense. Like, you can't play basketball for 4 hours. Well, he probably can on top of a mountain, but still, I don't understand what his point was there. But anyway, so I said, well, we'll just do it after I play golf. No, oh, hang on, let me try doing it. No, I'm going to Preston. That's slightly Romania, but I'm going to Preston to see my friends. I was like, okay, whatever, sound. So he's going to Preston. So he said, oh, we'll do it on Tuesday. On Tuesday, I work. I leave the house at 10 o'clock in the morning, and I don't get home till midnight. So it's a long shift. So I was like, well, we can't do it on Tuesday. And he said, well, we can't do it on Wednesday because I leave to go to Norway at 4 a.m. I'm like, right, what are we going to do? We've fucked it. He said, it's okay. We can do it Tuesday morning before you go to work, before you leave at 10. And I was like, oh, fucking hell. Didn't really want to do it then, but I thought, we've got to do a farewell episode. We've got to. So it's fine. It makes sense. Thought, whatever. I'll put myself through the ringer. Fine. I don't care. Whatever. I had an early night on Monday. Set my alarm, wake up on Tuesday, go get a shower, get out of the shower. When I get out of the shower, it's 8 o'clock. 8 o'clock is the time that he's said that he's going to be here. But I know you have to have a grace period with Pavel of at least 15 minutes. He's going to be 15 minutes late. Of course he is. I'm surprised he's even in Norway. And he hasn't told me, he hasn't actually confirmed to me that he is there. Because I know that he's not going to be on his phone very much. Or he's not going to be able to be on his phone. Speaking on my phone keeps bloody going off. It's doing my head in. So I don't even know if he's there. But I assume he's there because he must be. But yeah, he how he made it to his flight on time, I have no idea. Beyond belief. Anyway, so like I said, I got out of the shower. It's 8 o'clock. Whatever. I'm getting dry. I'm thinking. I still haven't heard off of him. So I think he's running late. Of course he's running late. So anyway, get changed. I'm just on my bed, on TikTok, whatever. Before I know it, it's like 8:30, and I'm thinking, well, if he's not here in the next like 15 minutes, we're not going to be able to do it because it takes quite a while to set up. It takes longer than you'd think to set up. You got to get the camera right. You got to get everything sorted. Make sure the mic level's working. I hope I've got it right. So I thought, if he's not here in the next 15 minutes, this ain't happening because we're probably only going to do like a bang on an hour one anyway because I gotta go to work. So he didn't. There was no message off him. I thought, this ain't looking good. I was also very, very tired, so I thought, fuck it. I'll rest my eyes, and when he gets in contact, I've got my phone on loud. I've got it on my chest, so I'll know if he messages me or rings me, which is more likely. Next thing I know, I wake up 10 minutes before I need to leave for work. Still no word off Pavel. So he's overslept. Typical. Whatever, that's fine. I go to work. So then I'm like, well, what the hell are we going to do for a podcast? What are we going to do? So I go to work. I'm pretty sure, I'm trying to think if I had lunch. I might have even had lunch by the time he rang me. He rang me at about 1:30. And it's like, I can't quote him verbatim because I won't be allowed to put it on a video. But he answered the phone and he went, well, he did his usual. He went, Lewis. I was like, yes. I said, what's happened? He's like, I got obliterated. I was like, well, that figures. Okay. So he got drunk. He got obliterated. He went to Preston. He got drunk. And then he ended up in Kiel, which I don't know how. Again, I'd love to ask him these things. He ended up from Preston to Kiel. They ain't close. And I know it's because Val lives in Kiel, I think. If it's you, Val, fucking know. I try and keep track of your bloody Scrandy mates, Pavel, but it's quite difficult. And he ended up there. I don't know how he went from one to the other while drunk either. I hope he didn't drive, but you know what he's like. Pause for a second, and we're back. I won't do that every time I take a sip. I'm drinking beer, and it's 12 o'clock. This is poor. This is a shambles. Anyway, so yeah, so he got fucking really, really, really drunk the day before he went away. So it's typical Pavel malarkey. So he was like, you're gonna have to do the podcast solo. I was like, okay, great. With 24 hours notice less than, I've got to do a solo podcast. I ain't got anything written down. I ain't got any plans or whatever. I had plans in the future, but I didn't think I'd need to do them until next week. I didn't think I'd be soloing this week. That wasn't part of the plan. We were supposed to say farewell. We didn't. So he's an idiot. Predictable. So he said, well, you're gonna have to come and pick up the podcast equipment, because the other thing was we were gonna do it here on Tuesday morning, and he was gonna leave all the gear. Now he didn't do that. He also didn't have the good grace to then come into work to give me the gear. Is the battery on? Hang on a minute. Oh God, the battery is flying low. That's interesting. I might have to plug it in. I might have to do a little edit and plug the camera in, because our batteries suck. Anyway, so I then had to finish my shift, my very long shift, whatever, 12, 13 hours. What, 13 hours would it have been? Yeah, whatever, 13 and a half hours, let's say. Drive to the mean streets of Crewe. Well, he doesn't really live in Crewe. He lives on the outskirts. He actually lives nowhere near Crewe. I drove from our work to his house to my house, and at no point did I actually even enter Crewe. I wasn't anywhere near. He just travels in for the excitement, I suppose. So when I got the gear off of him, I knocked on. He came to the door. He didn't have socks on. We'll get into that as well. He gave me all the stuff. He was like, right, well, I said, well, good luck with everything in Norway. Good luck with your travels and that. He said, well, good luck with the podcast. I'm looking forward to see how it goes. He went to dap me up. I said, no. I said, give me a hug. And he went, I was like, you might die. I was like, give me a hug. So I gave him a hug. I felt his taut, strong, muscular Slovak body against mine. Wink, wink. He'll hate that. And yeah, we bid farewell, and I won't see him now for 4 months. He's travelling to Norway. Who knows what he's gonna get up to? Who knows what adventures he's gonna come across? The people he'll meet. I hope he keeps like a diary or something so we can keep track of it. I hope he doesn't just come back and he tries to wing all of 4 months of memory, because I couldn't do that, as you know. So I hope he keeps a diary, and I would tell him this, but getting into contact with him now is going to be a bit tricky, because he's living in a tent for 4 months, I think, mostly. I don't really know. I know bits and bobs, but he's a secretive person, our Pavel. He's up to no good. He could be on a little spy mission. Who knows? So yeah, we wished him well, and then came back here with all the gear. And he actually, hang on a minute, while I plug the mic in, I'm going to show you something. So let's pause a second. And we're back. I've made 2 mistakes, and I've noticed something as well. Is that it's difficult for me to vape as well, because vaping again stops me from talking, and it's only me here. He left me a little note. Try and zoom in on that, Lewis. Little note in his backpack with all the gear. It said, "You got this, gamer." How cute's that? That's very cute. On a post-it note, which he's told me in the past that I need for my memories. So we might. Do you know what? I might leave that. I'll find a little spot for that on the set, and that could be a cute little thing. That could be cute. I think I also said plug the mic in. When I said plug the mic in, what I meant was plug the camera in. Obviously. Here we go. I can't vape and talk at the same time. This is a struggle. But it's all fine. It's all fine. We're winging it. But yeah, these episodes are going to be a little bit strange. So some of them I'm going to be doing on my own. Might tell stories. Might do another history one. I know some people enjoyed that. I know some people didn't. But it's one of those. You're going to have to put up with me. You're going to have to do it. It's me. I'm going to have some guests. I know a lot of people have said that they want to come on. I've got a couple of people that I know I'm definitely going to have on. We might actually have women on the podcast. Ooh, scary, pretty gay. And the thing is, with people that say they want to come on the podcast, and I do very much appreciate it, and I love that. The only thing is, and I mean this in the nicest possible way, but you have to. It sounds so harsh when I say it. Like, you have to bring something to the table. Like, you can't just be you. So, for example, like, if you were, let's say it's an American talk show, right? Why would you be on that? Like, do you have anything to talk about? Do you have something that's specific to you? Are you an interesting person? Like I said, you probably think you are, but like, what do you have to bring? Like, why would people want to watch you? You might say, why the hell would people want to watch me? That's fair, but this is our show, so we can do what we want with it. I can say whatever I want. I can do whatever I want. I don't care if people watch or if they don't. Please watch. Please, I'm desperate for views. Please give me loads of views while Pavel's away. That'll be funny. I know most people watch it for Pavs, but anyway, yeah. So you have to bring something. Like, tell me why you should be on. But if you want to be on, let me know, because I'm gonna have to fill gaps somehow. So yeah, we'll see. We'll have some interesting guests, and obviously I've got to fucking work out everything. I've got to sort it all out. I'm in charge of everything. Ooh, God. I sound so narcissistic because I'm just talking about myself, but and the thing is, like, I could talk about myself all day because I am narcissistic. In the earlier episodes, like, I used to watch all of the episodes like 3 times over because I'm that narcissistic. But now that I do the editing and stuff, I don't. I promise you, I'm not that bad anymore. But still, but there's a few things now that Pavel's gone that he can't control. So obviously we know that he didn't like having his old feet on show. He'd have his fucking shoes on in my house, the twat. This is the first episode. I haven't even got socks on. Ooh! To the audio listeners, I'm sockless, and there's nothing he can do about it. So foot fetishes, and I know that they weren't. And the thing that fucked me off about the foot fetish thing is that they didn't care for mine. They only wanted his. What the fuck? And he doesn't want to be fucking, what's the word? Objectified. Objectify me. I'm fine with being objectified, so feel free. Feel free to joke it to my feet. No, actually, now that I say it out loud, I'm not so fucking keen on that. Yeah, edit that out, Lewis. I'm not gonna. So yeah, I'm gonna have to find things to talk about, find people to talk about, and probably gallivanting crew, try and meet some characters. Who knows what we'll do. We'll have some so like for example, when I was talking about guests, like Warren, for example, like, he brings something to the table. He obviously cuts our hair for one, so he's actively doing something that happens, but also he's a character. He's a good character as well. So you have to bring something. You can't just say, oh, I want to come on. Why? Oh, because I do. Because I'm funny. What, according to you? It's I'm the judge here. I'm judge, jury, and executioner now. I'm in control of this bitch. Let the grift-tatorship commence. Anyway, so one of the things that, like I said, that I normally do is I normally have like these little like headings in the on my phone, just sort of like conversation starters, or like something that's happened that I think might interest Pavs, or will normally lead on to him saying some shit. So one of them, remember the last episode that we did, which shouldn't have been the last episode we did. The last episode we did with our Warren. We did it in his shed, and you probably noticed that we had 2 cameras set up. That camera, which was disappointing lack of quality, and my phone, which was for some reason like tip-top high quality for an iPhone 13, shows how good the cameras are on them. So my phone was on there. Annoyingly, it was on Do Not Disturb and everything, and we were using it for the camera, which meant that I missed loads of messages and stuff, and phone calls off Phil Heaney. Hello again, Phil. Shouts to you. Shouts to Jude. Shouts to Rose, who was being rushed into hospital. I'm not going to say what. I don't want to, air that out. It's none of my business. But she was going into hospital. He needed to get into contact with me to try and sort work out. I, of course, was in a shed doing a podcast with my phone being one of the cameras, so I couldn't actually help him. But luckily we finished, and he'd only rang like 5-10 minutes prior, so I was able to help the boy out. But it meant that I mentioned it in the podcast, if anyone remembers, that I keep notes on my phone of what to talk about, and I don't have anything. And I was like, fuck. So I'm going back to the notes that I had on the previous one, and this was one of the titles of it. Felt a baby, right? So immediately, and some people are going to be like, yeah, that sounds about right for him. Yeah. Like, no. There's context behind it. Please, Lewis out of context is never good. Pavel said that he fully expects when when he comes back, I'm going to be in jail or something like that. I'd love to do something like dramatic while he's away, so that he comes back in like 4 months' time, and I don't know, maybe I'm like swole or something like that, or the opposite, or maybe he comes back and I'm like 20 stone. Like, I'd love to do something dramatic, or maybe, I don't know, I get a face tattoo, I dye my hair blue. So give me suggestions. I kind of want to do something shocking or kind of dramatic that he could come back and be like, "What the fuck, mate?" Hi, Alex. I hope you're still watching. We miss you. I'd love to get Alex on the podcast. I would love to get him on, but he lives down south. I'm trying to think if I could get into contact with him and get him on. It'd be fucking brilliant. And then the people that don't know him would understand the context behind the impressions that we do and such like. So anyway, felt a baby. There is a context behind that. So I went to the pub. With Col, who is a long-time viewer. Hello, Col. And Matty actually, Matty watches the podcast. I'm pretty sure. Shout out to you, Matty. And Phoebe, his missus, and Kim, who's Col's wife, who's pregnant, quite heavily pregnant. I think she's due in a month, maybe less than. Crazy. Baby A, we don't know the name, won't tell us the name, will be born Adolphus or something. It's a girl, but still, baby A will be born by the time I'm in Vegas. That's another thing. Oh, I'm segueing. I'm all over the place. Because it's only me. This is how my brain works. It just bounces from it. It's like ping, ping, ping. It's like a fucking pinball machine. Like, what the fuck? In 20 days, I think it's 19 days or 20 days, I'm in Vegas. So me and Pavel are both abroad. So I don't know what we're going to do for that week's episode. I might have to do 2 in a week and then schedule it. I don't know. Haven't thought that far ahead. But anyway, so Kim was there, and obviously she's preggy. And I was like, this sounds so dodgy. And I remember saying it at the time. I said, can I feel your stomach? Because I haven't felt a pregnant woman's belly I couldn't tell you the last time I did. Probably not since I was a kid. And I thought, I kind of intrigued. And she was like, yeah, of course. So then she was like, right. Like, she was like, right, feel it. So that's the legs. And I was like, oh my God. She's like, and that's the head. And I know this might not sound like fucking like whoa, what you mean you mean babies are inside pregnant women? No way. But like, it fucking baffled me. Like, I was like, that is fucking mad. I can feel this human inside. Like, and people always say, it's a bit like Alien. I'm not comparing little baby to an alien or anything like that, but it is such an unusual feeling, and God forbid what that must feel like inside. I know this sounds very misogynistic, I suppose. I'm so glad I'm not a woman for that one reason. Like, I couldn't do it. I mean, it must be a glorious feeling, and obviously you have such a strong connection with the baby and that. Until it turns out, it comes out and it's fucking ugly, and it looks like Pavel. I don't. Whose ugly baby is this? I'm keeping that one in. That was a nice long drag. I encourage smoking on this podcast. The Lewis and Ondrej podcast, sponsored by Hayati Vapes. God, I wish. God, imagine how many free ones I could get sent. I'm living the fucking dream. Anyway, so yeah, it was very, very strange experience feeling the baby, and the fact that she knew exactly where the baby was and stuff like that, and like, and you can get the baby moving. You can do stuff to get it like jiggling around and stuff like that. It's crazy. It sounds so strange because it's like, well, you know, pregnancy, you know, birth, pregnancy, whatever, it's a thing, it's about. But until you've got someone who's close to you that's actually in that situation, you fucking forget how actually mad it is to like genuinely feel it. The other thing that happened at the pub was Carl. Carl doesn't know this. I haven't actually told anyone this story yet. But he bought me my first ever pint of Guinness. Now, he didn't realise he was doing this. So we went... I don't drink Guinness. I don't like Guinness. The reason I've tried like little sips of it, and I know it's not the drink for me. It's too heavy. It's unappealing. I just love a bit. I just love a beer. I love a beer. Like, there's nothing wrong with lager. This is why I've got a problem with like IPAs and all that type of fucking stupid shit. Because why are you overcomplicating perfection? There's no need. There's nothing wrong with just a fucking lager. You don't have to reinvent the wheel here. Let's just keep it simple. Keep it a fucking lager. Keep it nice. Lewis, sponsored by Madry. God, I'm fucking pissed already. Pissed. In a video game, and I've got work. So me and Carl went. I went out for a smoke. Carl came with me. We were just chatting. We went back in, and he said, because I just bought Kim some cake because she had a craving. I feel like I'm airing her out a little bit there, like exposed. But I suppose pregnant person. That's the good thing about pregnancy is that you can eat whatever you like, and there's no judgment, and that must be fucking brilliant. Because you're eating for two, you can just always just say, well, you know, it's not me, it's the baby. What a dream. What a dream. Maybe that's the thing that I'll do while Pavel's away for 4 months. Maybe I'll get pregnant. That's an idea. So we went to the bar, and he was like, and I said, oh, I'm just on lager. I said, are you on Guinness? Because I was gonna get it. And he's like, yeah, Guinness. And then he said, oh, I'll get it. And I was like, okay. So he goes to the bar, and he orders 2 Guinness. And I've never worked behind a bar. I've never poured one before. But I know that a Guinness is an arseache to do. It's like the most annoying drink to pour. So when I saw her start doing my one, I thought, I'm not going to stop her and say, oh, actually, it's this. I thought, fuck it. I'll be polite. I didn't tell Carl at the time. He's only just finding this out now. I thought, fine, I'll drink the Guinness, whatever. So we go sit down, and like I said, I've never drank a Guinness before. And the whole etiquette, or the whole, you know, thing is you gotta like settle. Oh, this is what I don't like about it. Pretentious shit. And then it's the whole meme of you split the G. Now, I totally forgot because I don't drink them. So so I'm there, and I take like 3 or 4 sips because I'm still just trying to acclimatize myself to just the drink itself, and I'm like, oh god. I thought as I'm sipping more of it, I'm like, you know, it's not so bad. And then Carl like takes it, splits the. I think he split it perfectly as well. He was like, that's good. He looks over at mine. And he goes, what are you doing? And I was like, yeah. Oh, I forgot. I thought, oh no, I've been exposed, and I didn't want to say, well, it's my first Guinness. I forgot. I didn't know, like whatever. So I was like, oh yeah, you know, I just wasn't paying attention, mate. Oh, fuck. I drank the whole thing down, and you know what? it wasn't that bad. However, will I drink it over a lager? Absolutely not. Let's not get carried away here. It's not that good, but it wasn't terrible, and so we can deal with it if because we went to Dublin for Cold Stag, and everyone's drinking Guinness, obviously, because apparently Guinness tastes better in Ireland. I don't fucking know. God, all that fucking pretentious shit. Oh, you got to drink it facing the sun, wearing a fedora, eating chicken nuggets. I don't know. There's all these fucking rules and regulations to drinking a fucking Guinness. Can I not just drink a drink? Why has there got to be fucking? Why have I got to sign my life away to just fucking have a sip of a fucking black drink? Sounded a little bit sus then. But whatever. Would I drink it again? Yes. And maybe if we went to Ireland, maybe I'd try it and see how we go. But I'll stick to me lager, thanks. I'll stick to me Cruise Campo, me Mad Trees, me shitty beers. Stick to the shit beers. Can't go wrong. But yeah, it was an experience. A baby Guinness, got no problem with that. Baby Guinness, best shot around. Best shot there is a baby Guinness. But there you go. So we'll see. We'll see. Maybe I'll drink a Guinness. Maybe I should try drinking IPAs on an episode. I'm just spitballing ideas. I'm just talking to myself. I'm talking to you. It's like the thing is, it's like having a conversation, except for it's a one-way conversation. And I was saying before, I think I interrupted myself. I said that normally the podcasts are an hour. I only have to speak for half an hour of the episode. Technically, it depends on what we're talking about, obviously, but generally I'm only doing half an hour of speaking. Now I'm doing double that, so it's a lot. There's a lot of weight on my shoulders. There's 90 kilograms fat ass weight on my shoulders. But this is the type of thing that I'm like, I've reached the end of the sentence. Where do I go from here? Oh yes, I know what I was going to explain. I was going to explain that right behind me. That's on the TV that you're probably thinking, what the fuck is that? I'm obsessed with this fucking band. They're from Quebec, and they're called Angine de Poitrine. They're a very unusual band. They dress in these stupid costumes because they play characters. They're aliens or whatever, and they dress in these outfits. They don't talk to each other. The mad thing is, on stage they don't even talk to each other. They're like me and Pavel. They are genuinely like me and Pavs. So and they play this style of music that's technically called math rock. It's boring. People listen to it who were there like, oh, they're actually they're drumming in 4 and 8. Their timings is like this. Shut the fuck up. Just listen to the music, you soft twat. But they're really good. They're actually really good. So this fucker here is the drummer, and he's fucking fantastically talented. His timing is fucking immaculate. And then this fucker, I'm having to look on the camera and it's really difficult. The other fucker plays the bass and the guitar in like a double thing, whatever it's called. Musicians will know. And he like loops it. So he'll play like a bass line or whatever, blah blah blah, and then he's got foot pedals, and then he loops it, and then he plays the guitar, and then he'll loop that, and he'll go like back and forth. And if you just listen to their music, you would think it's like a full band playing it, and it's literally just them two, and it's difficult to listen to. I totally would understand if you listened to them and you didn't like them. I totally understand, but they're really good, and you should try them out. There's a song called I would say the easiest song to listen to is called Matazilek, which apparently translates in Quebec's got its own language. Apparently, it's like a mixture of French and it's sort of like a regional type thing. So Matazilek means motorcycle. It sort of makes sense. That's the most accessible song. That's the one I would say to listen to. But this album is called Volume 2 because it's their second album. Their first album came out, pretty much nobody listened to it. They were like nobodies. And then about a month ago. They've just sort of blown up because everyone's seen this crazy band who make music that is very divisive, and then they wear these mental costumes that are supposedly to, counteract like AI type shit, and they're really fucking talented, and they blew up just before they released their second album, which came out like a week or two ago. And the second album is fantastic. So yeah, Matazilek is the song I would say to definitely listen to. Yours Arad is the best song of this year. I fucking love it. It's really, really good. But check them out. See what you think. It's not for everyone. If you're Phil, for example, don't listen to them. You won't like them. But for people who are there, it is Matazilek. Matazyklek. Matazyklek. It's such a tune. It's such a fucking good tune, and it's really worth listening to. If you like experimental music, if you like stuff that's a bit odd, I would genuinely say give them a listen. If you like things a bit more tame, listen to fucking Olivia Dean. Olivia Dean's fucking fantastic, by the way. She's really good. Right, we're reaching sort of the stage of the podcast where I'm looking at my notes and things, and I'm like, I'm running out of things to say. Like, what exactly am I going to say? Sorry, somebody honked outside my house. Because this is where, like, I need, like, a co-host. Because I think I've been going for 43 minutes, it says on there. But I know the first, like, 3 minutes or whatever was just nothing. Because I was recording myself. It sounded like somebody was going into my next door. So my house, the house that I'm connected to, the wall behind you there in the camera, is empty. But I heard some noise coming from it. And I thought, ooh, I don't want to start a podcast with a brand new neighbour. That, especially if Powell was here, I'd be like, fuck it, whatever, let's just do it. They're going to get used to it anyway. I didn't want to do a podcast on my own with a neighbour that's like fucking listening to me. I thought, fuck that type of shit. I don't want to do that. So there's a little bit of time wasted there. Yeah, we're struggling a bit. There is something that I did do, actually. I forgot about this. It's just come to my mind now. So last night when I got in, I dumped the gear down. I had some food. I went to the toilet. I went for a shit. Nice information. I bet you really, really wanted to hear that. And while I was on the toilet, I had 5 to 10 minutes. I decided to write a poem. Now, there's a few things that we were supposed to do, like, before Pavel went away. So you might remember early episodes, we talked about doing stand-up comedy. Obviously, that never happened. I wrote... Pavel actually joked about that, so that wasn't real. We weren't really going to do it. But then, a day after he told me, I wrote a 5-minute set, and I did some of it to him, and he said it's really good. And then he was like, shit, okay, we're gonna do this for real. So I almost sort of like called his bluff, and then he was like, fuck, I haven't got anything. And I was like, well, just write something. And I think he ended up, I'm not sure what he was going to end up doing, but then he was like, let's actually do it. And then I bottled it. I hold my hands up, I totally bottled it. I just couldn't do it. Standing on stage, my set was good. It was good. It was a good, solid set, and I told some of the jokes to some people. It was very dry, dark, witty, but I was very happy with it, and I would have performed it, but I don't have the minerals for that, man. But there was other things that we were supposed to do. So me and Pavel have made a song. We've actually like fully made a song, as you we've revealed that on a previous episode, but we set ourselves a deadline. It was actually before I turned 31 that we were going to have the music video done for that, because we won't. He said that we're not releasing the song until the music video is done, and the deadline was originally my 31st. Then it was before he goes to Norway. It hasn't happened, unfortunately. I do apologise for that. It's really good. I like, okay, maybe that's a bit big-headed for me to say, like, oh yeah, the song we did was fantastic, it was amazing. it was pretty good. I'm not gonna lie, like not to suck myself off too hard, but it was a pretty good song. I'm not gonna lie. But we didn't hit our deadlines. We were late for our own deadlines. I'm just as bad as him. So I'm stretching my legs out. God, I'm too old to be sat cross-legged for all that time. I don't know why I do it so much. But I remember when we were talking about doing the stand-up comedy, when he first proposed the idea to me, I said, he said, "Oh, it's an open mic night. Like you can do anything. Like you could do poetry, sing songs, you can do comedy, whatever." And I said, "Oh, can't I read some of my poetry?" And he was like, "No, you're not doing that. That's gay." I was like, "Okay, sound, whatever." But because I don't think he realised that I do actually write, but a lot of people don't know about me. I do write poetry. I do genuinely, and I write songs, but I don't perform them. I don't make them. I just write them. I'm like kind of like a ghostwriter. That's why, like, when me and Pavs did the song, like, it doesn't take me very long to write things. But I've never actually performed any of my poems before, so this is actually a first. And trust me, it's not a very good poem. It's not something I've been, working away on for weeks or whatever like that. I literally wrote it in 5 minutes while sat on the toilet. But it's a little poem. It's about Pavel. It's called "Ode to Pavel on His Travels." Okay, I'm excited to do this. I'm excited and apprehensive. I'm nervous, but let's see how it goes. Okay. I edited because I messed up the first line. I think I'm drunk. I messed up the first line. Okay. So it's called "Ode to Pavel on His Travels," and it goes a little something like this. Oy vey. Today, you're on your way to Norway. No way. You're gay. In a tent eating beans like it's gourmet. Prancing in the snow like it's Broadway. A mountain goat is what you always portray. And when you wake up drunk on the Lord's Day, fighting Vikings with your Slovak swordplay, and joking by the water, call it fjord play. I'm at work, trying to sort out your pay. 4 months, you'll be back from Norway. Do it your way. We all support you, and don't forget, you're gay. And that's my little poem that I did for him. He's gonna hate that. He's gonna hate that. But I don't know. I don't know what made me. I don't know what possessed me to do it. I just got in and I thought, oh, I feel like I need to do something for him leaving us, abandoning this what we have together. I thought I've got to do something for him. So I thought I might write him a little poem. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed that. Not much work went into it. Well, I was saying about this whole, like, me having like a one-way conversation. It's so strange, like, because I'm talking to you, like, you listening right now or watching right now. I'm talking specifically to you. The only thing is that you can't talk back, like, which is strange. It's strange to have a conversation with somebody that can't talk back. I think I'm talking to a corpse or something. But, like, okay, play along. Whoever you are listening or watching, play along. So it's like having a conversation. So if I say, like, oh, so how are you doing today? Ooh, I'm sorry to hear that. You're not having a good day. Oh, no, wait. You said you're doing all right. Yeah, this is weird, isn't it? Yeah, let's not do this anymore. It's weird. I can't hear what you're saying. If somebody sat there in silence during that bit and they didn't actually respond to me, they're gonna think he literally is a fucking schizophrenic. Like, he's gone fucking nuts. Like, there is something genuinely wrong with him. And well, yeah, I suppose you're not wrong. Incoming edit for this beer sip. Yo, we always say we like to do an hour. I don't know whether I'm gonna be able to stretch this to an hour, to be brutally honest. I feel like this one is gonna be the first one that's short of an hour. But if the first episode I do without Pavel is short of an hour, then, you know, what does that say about me? He'll be disappointed. He'll be disappointed with me. And the thing is, when he's out on his travels, like, I have no idea. He's told me bits, But he hasn't told me lots. I don't even know how much contact there'll be. Enjoy my feet. I don't know how much contact I'll have with him. I've said to him, like, are you going to be able to, like, listen to the podcast or stuff like that? And he said he doesn't know. Brilliant. So I don't know whether he's going to be, because I thought it could bring him a little bit of comfort while he's out there in the snow, tenting. I thought he might want to listen to my beautiful voice. He might want to listen to it. I don't know. But he said, he said he's no idea what sort of, like, whether he'll be able to download things, how much he'll be able to be on his phone anyway. He's got to preserve his battery just in case, that type of thing. Because it'd be nice to get, like, regular Pavel updates. We could, if he could send, like, a video, we could have, like, I could be like, and now Pavel, and have, like, a 1 minute video of him. We did also say another thing that we'd planned to do that we didn't do was we were actually going to make a soundboard of him so that I could, like, press a button and it'd be like hotspot pro, or, like, I don't know, just or something like that. Or he said have one of them and just him ranting for, like, 10 minutes, just talking random shit, which, would be very appropriate. It'd be like he was here even though he's not. But he didn't. He did say he's going to bring me back something cool though, so I hope he does that. But yeah, I have no idea how much content we'll get. Whether I can give Pavel updates. Pavel is currently being eaten by a bear. Pavel has just met Erling Haaland. Pavel is snogging Norwegian bird. Who knows? I don't know what the hell he's going to be up to. But hopefully we get some sort of updates. Hopefully we can follow him on his travels. Because wish him luck in the fucking comments. Because I don't think it's going to be easy for him. Like, he's camping a lot of it. From what I know, he's camping an awful lot of it. And this is the good thing about me and him, is that we are such opposites. Because to me, that is my idea of hell. And he's also, not only is he camping, I don't like the idea of camping. I don't like festivals. It's never appealed to me, that type of thing. It just comes across as dirty to me. And I hate to poo-poo on his parade, but it just comes across as dirty. Like living in a tent. It's never, ever appealed to me. But regardless, even more so in a cold place. Like, I could at least justify doing it somewhere warm, I suppose. But doing it somewhere cold? Where's the fucking fun in that? But I know he likes doing it. He likes fucking eating his tinned ravioli and fucking drinking his coffee, watching the sunrise. That type of shit's quite appealing to me. Yeah, drinking his coffee, watching the sunrise, having a nice sip on his own piss. I don't fucking know. But he's an explorer boy. He wants to join. He wants to go into the military. It kind of makes sense. And then the other thing that he's doing, I don't know if I've said this before. I don't think I have. So he's also, after he's done with Norway, he's not even, like, coming straight back. He's then going to France to climb Mont Blanc. Oh, I didn't even. Sorry, apologies. I didn't do the alarm. Woo woo. Mountain alert. Mountain update. He's climbing Mont Blanc, which, if anyone doesn't know, is, I think it's the highest mountain in the Alps. I could check on my phone, but I'm not going to do that because normally when I check things on my phone, I've got Pavs talking. I think it's the highest mountain in the Alps. It's the one that's right in the middle of, I think it's in Italy, Switzerland, and France. I think it's the one that's, like, right in the middle of all of them. Fuck is climbing that again for fun. Like he's like he's not done enough. He's then gonna go directly there. I think Zed, if Zed is watching, hello Zed, if you're watching, I think he's going with him. I think, and they're gonna go climb Mont Blanc. I love that. Just after he's done his treks in Norway, he's then gonna, have just to relax, a nice relaxing mountain climb. Crazy. Kid is crazy, but we love him for it. God bless him. God rest his soul. Yeah, wish him the best of fucking luck with that type of shit. Because who else? Who else but our Pavel would do that type of thing? I'm going to do a quick edit here because I was going to say something, but I forgot. My memory's shit. Ooh, that was a long edit. The other thing I'm intrigued about is to what his hair is going to look like. Because this fucker, I suggested that he got a buzz cut, right? Got a complete fucking buzz cut. So that then when he got back, it will have grown out. Because as far as I know, he's not getting his hair cut while he's over there. So that's going to be interesting. But he didn't. He's kept the mullet. Which means he's going to look like fucking Billy Ray Cyrus by the time he's done with whatever the hell he's doing. So, I don't know. I don't think that was the best decision. But, I mean, Warren did a good job, as ever. TA Barbers, check him out. But, I think his hair's going to be so fucking long. He's going to look like a mong. It's going to look hilarious. It's going to be interesting to see what he's like when he gets back. He's going to be speaking Norwegian. I think he's going to get a Norwegian girl pregnant. I'm putting bets on that. Anyone want to put bets on things that are going to happen to him? Eaten by bear. Do they have bears in Norway? Who knows? They have a lot of fjords. I know that. I wonder if he's going to do some kayaking or canoeing. He's Slovakian, so it's in his blood. They're good at it. The one thing I did say, and somebody at our work also said it. The one thing I did say to him is look after your feet. Like, genuinely look after your feet. You go into a cold place, they're going to get cold, they're going to get wet. Look after your feet. Especially because that's where the majority of our viewers come from. I want that boy to look after his dogs. I want him to keep those feet looking pristine because, you know, there's money in feet. There's money in those dogs. We need... So, but he does actually. Genuinely, I am. My biggest concern for him isn't frostbite, isn't him falling off Mont Blanc, like the clumsy man he is. It's genuinely him getting like trench foot or something like that, which is horrendous. Which I'm pretty sure we all know what that is. I don't want him coming back like some fucking World War I veteran. Oh God, I can't think of anything worse. Like. God, seeing the pictures from that type of thing, and like, if you ever watched like I don't know why I'm asking these questions. You ever watched like an ultra marathon runner? Like, there's a guy I can't remember. He's called like Andy something. He's a really like happy guy, and he comes up on my TikTok all the time, and he runs like ultra marathons, and he's one of the best in the world at it. Well, I think he's quite casual. He's a firefighter, and he's like David Goggins. And he runs ultramarathons, and then he sort of documents his way around them and stuff like that. And for anyone who doesn't know, an ultramarathon is like is like 200 miles. Like a marathon is 26.2 or something like that. An ultramarathon is I think technically it's classed as anything that's like 100 miles or more. He'll do like 200-mile ones, and they take like I don't know, like 2 weeks or some shit to do. Crazy. These people are just built fucking different. But he shows his like the feet are the thing you have to look after the most, and he shows his feet after one of these fucking ultra marathons, and they are horrendous. It looks like he's been through a fucking war zone. Like I just don't understand how that appeals to people. But then I am such a lazy person. My idea of a good time is sitting down. We were talking about how I'm gonna do a video in the next week's episode, and probably the week after is gonna be like me talking about like over and underrated things. Sitting down is so underrated. It's just such a joy to just sit like a comfortable fucking chair. I'm really tempted to get like a single seater, like really, really comfortable chair, like an old man. A rocking chair. I kind of want a rocking chair. Imagine a rocking wheelchair that sort of like combined and did both. I'm just fantasizing now. I'm like living the dream. I'm just thinking about. I'll tell you what's really underrated. That people think that they're so tacky, those types of things. But like a lazy boy chairs. I kind of want a lazy boy, and I want those chairs with like the fucking like the cup holder. I want to be able to stick my beer in there, and I want it to be like keep it refrigerated. Like, oh god, sorry, I'm getting really fucking. I'm fantasizing about comfort. Comfort for me is what brings me joy. Like, I like being warm, not hot. Obviously, like I'm in a t-shirt and shorts right now, but like I don't like being too hot. But just being like cozy, being warm, being inside when it's like raining or windy or snowing outside. That's great. I love being, if it's sunny, I love being outside, whatever. But if the weather's crap, being inside, heating on, drinking a beer, watching TV, eating fucking crisps. Hey, that's my hour timer. Oh shit, I clicked repeat. That is not what I wanted to do. Like, that's the fucking dream. That's living the fucking dream. Not fucking. But Pavs is the complete opposite. His idea of a good time is like slumming it, like working hard, outdoors predominantly, in crappy weather, conditions are against you. This is why we could never. We talked about like sort of like what we're gonna do at sort of like big milestones, because this is episode 39, so I'm actually gonna hit episode 50 while he's away. God, what an arsehole! What an arsehole! What a selfish arsehole! I'll have to think of something big to do for fucking episode 50, because he's not gonna be here, probably. Fuck. But episode 100 we are gonna do in Slovakia, but I've said like, we could do like an episode on top of a mountain. That's not happening, by the way. That is not happening, because I don't want to do something like that. It's so unappealing to me. If we did an episode on top of a mountain in a chalet drinking a hot chocolate, I'm all for it. But otherwise, nah, not about that fucking life. I'll leave the boy to that one. He can do the climbing for the both of us. So that hour time has gone off. I know there's going to be edits and cuts and stuff like that, so that's why I'm sort of tempted to sort of go a little bit further. The camera says 1 hour 6 minutes. I'm probably just going to go for a couple more minutes. I'm going to try and not waffle on so much. I do apologise if this episode has just been like horrendous to listen to, and it's just been me talking like non-stop. I do apologise for that, but it's tricky. I've been thrown into this fucking situation on my own. I thought I'd have at least another week before this was going to happen, so that's why this one's going to be a bit sloppy. I promise you, in the future, I know Pav's gone, but I promise you, I'm going to hold the torch up high for him. I'm going to hold the beer up high for him. I'm going to make him proud. I'm going to do some interesting things. I'm going to try and mix it up a little bit. Try experiment, I suppose, and see what we can do with it. And yeah, this will probably be of the episodes that Pavs is missing. This will probably be the worst one. I'm not gonna lie to you. And then we're gonna fix up, look sharp, and sort ourselves out. And I promise I'll produce a better product. And if this has been difficult to listen to, I apologize. But I'm telling you now, you try talking into a camera for fucking over an hour, like non-stop, like with as few pauses as humanly possible. Like, I think I've only actually had one cut that isn't me drinking a beer or like vaping or something like that. I think I've had two. So you try talking for an hour straight without, what is it, like hesitation, deviation, repetition. It's like I can't, and I'm literally doing it now. It's what you're supposed to do. So they teach you that for for the cricket commentary. So cricket commentary, for people who don't know, this is going to sound boring now, but Test cricket matches last all day, and they've got to talk all day, the commentators, and they switch them out. They do like stints of like maybe an hour or two or whatever, but they've got to talk, and you don't just talk about the game because it's a very, very slow game. So in between, you've got to find things to talk about that obviously interest the viewer, and you don't want to be talking about the same thing over and over and over again, blah 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 blah. And you've got to be able to just flow, and it's a very difficult skill. It's an underrated skill, and it's something that only a few people can do, and they try and teach it, but it's not something that everyone's got. Not everyone's capable of it. So that's what I'm trying to do, basically. I'm trying to keep flowing, keep going, avoid the pauses, especially because it's me that has to deal with the pauses in post-edit. But yeah, from next week on, I promise you they'll be better. I'll do better. I hope you've enjoyed listening to this. I doubt it, but if you have, thank you. I very much appreciate it. And yeah, please stick around. Please don't all flee, and then Pavel comes back to a dead channel, and because I'll never hear the fucking end of it. So yeah, thank you very much. I'm gonna leave it there, and yeah, I'll sign off on my own. Lonely. Sorry, I don't know if the camera caught that. There was a lot of screaming outside. There was children. So I'm going to end it now and go chase them. Right. Goodbye, everyone. Au revoir.